Hello everyone and welcome to Tailored Acres. I'm Taylor and I'm a gardener in Wisconsin Zone 4B, and today I am tackling weeds and planting up my annuals in my front bed here that's behind me. So this area has not been weeded yet this year, and as you can see there are quite a few going on here. So there were also daffodils and tulips in the front here, which we're going to leave that foliage so that they can regrow for next year. But I'm going to go through a couple of my tools that I find handy when weeding and how each of them works differently for each type of weed. I have 3 hand tools that I'll go over today, and then also the big Collinear hoe. So this first one we're going to use is just a really sharp blade, and I'll put links to all these below too. And this one is pretty good. But you want to make sure that you're getting deep enough with it, and I'll show you it in action here. Okay, so I'm also going to be using my hands when I do this, so I'll just, oh, that's a deep one. That didn't really cut it either. So there we go, we got the whole thing. But basically you're going to run it below the surface to then just loosen the weeds here, and it works a little bit better with bigger ones. But I'm not trying to cut the weeds right at the surface because the roots will just regrow that weed right away. So that's that one. I do really like this one quite a bit. All right, so the next one is the Hori knife, which is just my absolute favorite tool in the garden. So I'm going to use this pretty much the same way and just pop up the soil so that I can loosen that weed. Just like that. All right, this one next. I only just opened this the other day and I haven't really figured it out yet. It didn't seem super helpful to me. So I'm just going to kind of do the same thing where we're just popping up the weeds. Well, so kind of works in the same way as the rest of them, really. All right, next we have the Collinear hoe. So that's what that looks like, and basically it's just gonna run along here and weed it for you. See, we got a weed here. Up. So this is really handy to do a big area quickly, and you can or you don't have to pick up what you get loose. I usually do like to, because they can kind of plant themselves again. So then I'll just go through and grab that. So this is the most useful if you have a big area to do and you can just quickly scuff it up like that, and then just grab what you see out like that. So I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna deadhead these spent blooms here and leave the greens and then get everything weeded, and we'll do it quick. I got the whole area weeded. So I am expecting there to be some that I missed, that they got covered up by dirt when I was doing it, but that's okay. This is the majority of it, and it's nice to have that done before planting into it, obviously. So next we're going to plant the Supertunias. Here are the ones that I have picked out for this area this year. Last year I just did the Supertunia Vista bubblegum, and I loved it. I needed to do some of that again this year, but there's so many other great colors that I wanted to try. So I'm actually going to be doing an ombre. So I'll get this set up and I'll show you that next. here is the color order that I'm going to plant these in. So it's going to repeat the opposite way on the other side. So in the middle here, we have Silverberry, which is a white with a pink center. Let's see if I can get here to one like that. Then we have Bubblegum, which is the classic. And then we have Paradise, which I never saw this one before. It is so cute. And I just love that vibrant pink. This probably doesn't even pick it up. And you can see we got a cottonwood shedding that's just like all over these, which is great. And then we have Jazzberry, which is also another really like bright one that the camera probably doesn't pick up the right color for either of these two. They're so vibrant. And then we have Royal Velvet last here. So the first thing I did was measured out my length and divided by the spaces that I had. So these are all fairly evenly spaced. I did modify it a little bit just so that it looked right on the ends, because the end spacing I didn't want quite as much. So these are all ready to get planted then. And what I'm going to do when I plant these is to, almost there, use some of this Biotone starter fertilizer. I really like this stuff. If you've watched any of my videos before, you know I use it on everything I plant. And then just the trusty little trowel. So I'm going to get these all planted and I'll show you when it looks, or when it's all done. And I got all of them planted. It's super windy today. I cannot wait till these grow bigger. And this is also the time of year where I don't like that I have planted tulips out here, because they're just totally ruining my new pretty flowers. So, oh well. But I think I'm really going to like this year, with all the different colors up here instead of just pink. That's it for today's video. Thanks for joining and happy planting.